Hello, it's me, Vicky again. Hola, soy yo, Vicky, otra vez. ¿Cómo estáis todos? Espero que todo vaya bien para cada uno. Okay, what we're going to do in today's video? Well, we're going to look at 10 verbs that you can't do without in Spanish. So 10 important verbs. Now, I know from my students and from when I learned Spanish, sometimes it's difficult to remember everything, so if you sometimes it's better to just concentrate on maybe 10 verbs and learn them well in the different tenses. And obviously you do need to learn other verbs as you go along, but maybe in the beginning, if you find it difficult, it's too much information with all the verbs, just spotlight some of the more, because there are some verbs that are just used so much. And if you concentrate on getting those right, then hopefully other verbs will come into play as you go along. But there are these verbs that we're going to look at today, these 10 verbs, are essential for speaking. You can't really probably get through a conversation, or even a small conversation, without using, if not one of these, probably quite a lot of them. So anyway, this is what I think. I think these are important verbs. You might have a different opinion. Leave me a note in comments if there's any. As always, anything you want me to cover in the video, please leave me a comment. Please say to me, could you explain this, or I'd like a video on this, and I will do my very best to do a video on that subject. Now, this is not in any of the Break the Language Barrier books, but I want to remind you about the Break the Language Barrier books if you want to learn Spanish at home with explanations in English and answers in the back, and YouTube videos to back up the pronunciation, etc. Break the Language Barrier levels 1, 2, 3 and 4 by Vicki, which are available on any Amazon site. Or through me here, if you live locally, you can buy them here at the centre, or order them on the website or on the Facebook page. Also, there's a 3 bilingual storybook. So you've got a little story where you've got the English at the side, you've got the Spanish, or the Spanish at the side, the English, whichever way you want to look at it. These also are available either here or on Amazon. Rocky the Rebel, Rocky el Rebelde, Duque el Rey Peter el Tonto se van de vacaciones, or La Gran Aventura de la Princesa Tia, or Princess Tia's Great Adventure. Now, they can be for children or adults. I mean, the point of them really is not even the story that's that important, is comparing the English and Spanish. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go through these 10 verbs that I've selected, and we're going to look at examples of them in not every tense, but most of the important tenses that we need to use in our day-to-day life. Okay, so the first one, I wonder if you can guess which one it is. It's that, really popular verb, ser. Ser is one of the verbs to be. Now, you know there are 2 verbs to be in Spanish. I'm going to cover the other one in this video as well. I'm not going into the difference between ser and estar in this video. This video is not for that. But there are plenty of videos on my channel that explain the difference between ser and estar. So if you're not sure, have a look around. I mean, there are lots of other videos on lots of other subjects. If there's something if you find, because there are quite a lot of videos. So if you find that the video you're looking for, maybe you want to know about how tener works, or the preterite tense or the future tense, and you're not sure how to find the appropriate videos, just drop me a line, a message, a comment, and I will put the link up there for you of where to find it if you're finding it difficult to find it. Okay, so ser, to be. And we're going to look at, I'm going to read these in Spanish first, and then I'm going to tell you what they mean in English. So it'd be good for you to try and see if you understand what they mean. So remember, you can pause the video at any time, looking at these, see if you can translate them before you move on to hear me tell you what they mean in English. So first of all, I'm just going to read them in Spanish. So, número uno, presente, present tense, soy Vicky. Número dos, present perfect or el perfecto, he sido profesora por 20 años. How did that happen? I don't know. 20 años, mucho tiempo. Número 3, preterito. Ayer fue buen día. Número 4, imperfecto. Cuando era niña vivía en Manchester. Número 5, pasado perfecto. Or perfecto, as it's known, the pluperfect. Habíamos sido amigos por muchos años. Número 6. Va a ser genial. So es una forma del futuro. Número 7. Será genial. Número 8. Sería genial. You'll see there's a bit of a theme here. Número 9. So we had será genial. This is the future simple, which is equates to will in English. The número 8, sería genial. That's the conditional, what would be. Y número 9 is our favorite, the subjunctive. Espero que sea genial. That's the present subjunctive. Y número 10, esperaba que fuera guapo or guapa. And that's the past subjunctive. So, what I'm going to do is, this is the time for you to pause the video, maybe try and translate them, maybe you've translated them already, and because now I'm going to explain the English. Okay, I'm back in the room. So, soy Vicky. I am Vicky. That's the present simple, things we do or we are. Número 2. He sido profesora por 20 años. Present perfect, what you have done. I have been a teacher for 20 years. Número 3. Preterite, past simple, what you did, or what, this is what happened, if you like. Ayer fue buen día. Yesterday was a good day. Número 4, imperfecto. Cuando era niña vivía en Manchester. When I was a girl or when I was a child, I lived in Manchester, or I used to live. So this is, so the difference between the preterite and the imperfect, of course preterite is a one-off past action, the imperfect is an ongoing past action. Again, I'm not going to get into all the differences between the tenses because there are lots of videos about the preterite. So all these tenses, if you don't know them, there are videos available. Now, going down, like as far as my Break the Language Barrier books are concerned, level 1 deals with the present tense. Level 2 deals with the past tenses. So from number 2 to number 5, those tenses are all dealt with in level 2. So level 3 deals with future tenses, pronouns, imperatives. So for number 6 and 7 and 8, the conditional you will find in level 3. Now, number 6, I haven't done number 5 yet. So, número 5, habíamos sido amigos por muchos años. So that is had been. So whereas the present perfect is have been, or what you have done, the pluscuamperfecto number 5 is what you had done. So we had been friends for many years. So again, that's in level 2. Level 2 has all the past tenses in it, and a few other things as well, but it concentrates on past tenses, reflexive verbs, and of course consolidation of what you learned in level 1. Then number 6, va a ser genial. Now, va a ser is it is going to be great. Whereas number 7, será genial, it will be great. So that's the only difference. They're both forms of the future. It's going to be great or it will be great. And then number 8, sería genial, it would be great. So we've got going to be, will be, would be. And then when we come to number 9, subjunctive, I hope that it will be great. Because when you hope something, you have to use a subjunctive in Spanish. And if you hoped in the past tense, esperaba que fuera guapo, I hoped that he or she was attractive, depends whether you use guapo or guapa. So that's because it's a hope. Again, level 4, for the subjunctives, you need the level 4 book for 9 and 10, present subjunctive, past subjunctive, and consolidation of all the other things you've learned in levels 1 to 3. How did you do? Did you translate them all okay? Now, what you should find as we go along is once you've done one and you know the tenses a bit better, the next ones should get easier. Okay, so now we're going to look at the other verb to be estar. As I say, I'm not going into the differences in this video, but there are plenty of videos and explaining the difference between ser and estar is a theme right through my book, starting with level 1. Every time you learn a new tense, we do a ser and estar practice. So, number 1, número 1. So I'm going to read them in Spanish, then you need to pause the video, and then I'll tell you what they mean in English. Estoy en España. Número 2. He estado cansado o cansada esta semana. Número 3. Ayer estuve en casa. Número 4. Cada domingo estaba en la playa. Número 5. Habíamos estado allí varias veces. Número 6. Pedro va a estar muy feliz. Número 7. Pedro estará muy feliz. Número 8. Pedro estaría muy feliz. Número 9. Esperamos que estén contentos. Número 10. Esperábamos que estuvieran contentos. Sorry, I was covering up my mouth, which is probably not helpful when it comes to pronunciation. Okay, yeah, so now's the time to pause it, see if you can translate the sentences, and then, because now I'm going to tell you what they mean. So, number 1, estoy en España. I am in Spain, present tense. Número 2, he estado cansado o cansada, for me, a woman, esta semana. I have been tired this week. Número 3, ayer estuve en casa. Pre-tree, yesterday I was at home. Número 4, cada domingo estaba en la playa. Every Sunday I was on the beach. I was saying in the beach because it sounds like saying that in Spanish. Número 5. Habíamos estado allí varias veces. Pluperfect. We had been there various times. Número 6. Pedro va a estar muy feliz. Pedro is going to be very happy. Número 7. Pedro estará muy feliz. Pedro will be very happy. Número 8. Pedro estaría muy feliz. Pedro would be very happy. And then number 9, esperamos que estén contentos. We hope that they will be happy. So this is subjunctive because it's a hope. Número 10, esperábamos que estuvieran contentos. We hoped that they would be happy. Okay, so it's past subjunctive. Again, it's a hope, so it's subjunctive. So notice again, to really explain the subjunctive, you really need to see the videos that are about the subjunctive, or look in the level 4 book to see it explained properly. But just notice that the subjunctive we use for hopes and desires, amongst many other things. And in English, we would use the future there, wouldn't we? I hope that he will be happy, or I hoped that they would be happy. So we use the would. You can't relate it in English because we don't use the subjunctive in those cases. Okay, so there you go. That's ser, estar. Now we're going to look at another very useful but normally irregular verb, ir. Ir is the verb to go. It's that funny little verb, very irregular in most tenses. So let's have a look. I'll read them first in Spanish. So say in procedure, I'll read them in Spanish. Then you need to pause the video if you want to try and translate them. And then I'll explain to you what they are in English. Número 1. Voy a la playa. Número 2. Esta mañana he ido a las tiendas. 3. Ayer fuimos a trabajar. 4. Cada año íbamos a España. 5. Cuando llegué, habían ido ya. 6. Carmen va a ir mañana. 7. Carmen irá mañana. 8. Carmen iría mañana. Vale, número 9. Es posible que vayamos. 10. Era posible que fuéramos. Okay, time to pause. I'm going to go through them in English now. So, number 1. Voy a la playa. I go to the beach. Present tense. 2. Esta mañana he ido a las tiendas. This morning I have been to the shop. So notice we don't use in English, I have gone to the shops. We use been, even though really that's the past participle of be. So just a little note there. Number 3, ayer fuimos a trabajar. Yesterday we went to work. 4. Cada año íbamos a España. Every year we used to go to Spain. 5. Cuando llegué, habían ido ya. When I arrived, they had already gone. Número 6. Carmen va a ir mañana. Carmen is going to go tomorrow. 7. Carmen irá mañana. Carmen will go tomorrow. Número 8. Carmen iría mañana. Carmen would go tomorrow. So we've got going to go, will go, would go. The different tenses just change that meaning like that. Y número 9, subjuntivo, es posible que vayamos. So anything that's possible, doubt, we use a subjunctive in Spanish. It's possible that we will go. Número 10, era posible que fuéramos. It was possible that we would go. Now, for those of you who know how to make the subjunctive, you'll see this F verb, as I call it, because the subjunctive is constructed on the basis, the past subjunctive is constructed on the basis of the preterite form. Anyway, as I said, that's explained in a different video. If you want the link, please let me know in comments and I can send you the link if you can't find it. You should be able to find them by just sort of in my channel, in the search button, putting up preterite, and all the videos that are on the preterite should come up, or subjunctive, all the video. So, but if you have problems doing that, just let me know. Okay, so ir, yeah, very useful verb. So we've done ser, estar, ir. Now we're going to look at a nice regular verb. We like our regular verbs, don't we? Hablar. So hablar, most of you probably know that, even beginners. They soon get to know the verb hablar, which is to speak. I don't know if that'd be better. Trouble is, when you're doing it in the camera, you're never sure which way you're supposed to be holding things. Okay. So, número uno, hablo español. Número dos, he hablado mucho. I've missed the O off there. This is a lie, actually, because I haven't spoken any Spanish today because it's quite early in the morning. So, he hablado mucho español hoy. I always make at least one mistake. I mean, I wouldn't be human, would I, if I didn't? And it should make you feel better, because even after all these years, I still make mistakes. He hablado mucho español hoy. Número 3. Ayer hablé español. Número 4. Hablaban español con Pedro. Número 5. ¿Habías hablado con Pedro antes de salir? Y número 6. Vamos a hablar español mañana. Número 7. Iremos a hablar. Iremos a hablar. Yeah. What have I put that for? Iremos a hablar. No. Hablaremos. Hope you can see that okay. But it should be, I think I had a little brain freeze there. Hablaremos español mañana. I do know when I was writing these out, I did sort of, because after writing them out over and over again, as I'm sure you know, I did start to get a bit word blind. So, hablaremos español mañana. And then número 8, hablaríamos español mañana. Número 9, dudo que hablen en español. 10, dudaba que hablarán en español. Okay, so time to pause the video before I give you the English. Número 1, hablo español, I speak Spanish, present tense. 2, he hablado mucho español hoy, present perfect. I have spoken a lot of Spanish today. 3, ayer hablé español. Yesterday I spoke Spanish. 4, hablaban español con Pedro. So that could be they used to speak Spanish with Pedro, they were speaking Spanish with Pedro. 5, habías hablado con Pedro antes de salir. Had you spoken to Pedro before leaving? 6, vamos a hablar español mañana. We are going to speak Spanish tomorrow. And número 7, which for absolutely reason that I don't know that I'd put wrong first of all, hablaremos español mañana. We will speak Spanish tomorrow. And then número 8, hablaríamos español mañana. We would speak Spanish tomorrow. Y número 9, dudo que hablen en español. I doubt that they will speak in Spanish. And then the past subjunctive, dudaba que hablarán en español. I doubted that they would speak in Spanish. So there's me saying, oh yes, nice regular verb. And actually I made 2 mistakes on that one. Perhaps got a bit complex, you think, with regular verbs. Oh, this is easy. Talking of regular verbs, now we've got a regular ER verb, comer, to eat, or in Spain also to have lunch. It's not to have lunch in South America if you're learning South American Spanish. But in Spain, comer can be to eat or to have lunch. So, número uno, no como carne. Dos, he comido ya. Tres, ayer comí en un restaurante. 4. Pedro comía pizza cada día. 5. Habían comido mucho antes de dormir. 6. Voy a cenar tarde. 7. Cenaré tarde. 8. Cenaría tarde. 9. Es improbable que cené tarde. 10. Era improbable que cenará tarde. Uy. So, yeah, there was a lot of having dinner late in there because I probably ran out of ideas. But sometimes it's quite good to just use the similar sentence, but in the different tenses makes the differences clearer. So, for example, number 1, no como carne, I don't eat meat. Which is nearly true for me. I don't like eating meat, but occasionally I do. So, 2, he comido ya. I have eaten already, or I've had lunch already, because of course it could be that. 3, ayer comí en un restaurante. Yesterday I had lunch or I ate in a restaurant. 4, Pedro comía pizza cada día. Pedro used to eat or was eating pizza every day. 5. Habían comido mucho antes de dormir. They had eaten a lot before sleeping or going to bed. 6. Voy a cenar tarde. I'm going to have dinner late. Cenaré tarde. I will have dinner late. Cenaría tarde. I would have dinner late. 9. Es improbable que cene tarde. It's unlikely that I will have dinner late. Or past subjunctive, era improbable que cenará tarde. It was unlikely I would have dinner late. Or he or she, actually. The forms in the subjunctive of I and he or she are the same forms. Okay, are you understanding it okay? Do you think these verbs will be useful for you? I hope so. Okay, so now we're looking at a regular IR verb, vivir. 1. ¿Dónde vives? 2. He vivido aquí 24 años. 3. En 1996 viví en Reading. 4. Vivíamos muchos años en Manchester. 5. ¿Dónde habías ido antes de aquí? 6. No vamos a vivir más en una ciudad. 7. No viviremos en una ciudad más. 8. No viviríamos en una ciudad. 9. Dudo que vivamos otra vez en Reading. Y 10. Dudaba que viviéramos otra vez en Reading. Okay, this is the time for you to pause your video if you want to try and translate them first. 1. ¿Dónde vives? Where do you live? 2. He vivido aquí 24 años, que es verdad, it's true. I have lived here 24 years. 3. Also true. En 1996 viví en Reading. In 1996, I lived in Reading. 4. Vivíamos muchos años en Manchester. We lived many years in Manchester, or we used to live many years in Manchester. 5. ¿Dónde habías ido antes de aquí? Where had you been before here? 6. No vamos a vivir más en una ciudad. We are not going to live anymore in a city. 7. No viviremos en una ciudad más. We will not or won't live more in a city or longer in a city. No viviríamos en una ciudad. We would not live in a city. 9. Dudo que vivamos otra vez en Reading. I doubt that we will live in Reading again. 10. Dudaba que viviéramos otra vez en Reading. I doubted that we would live in Reading again. Okay, they're getting clearer to you, the difference between the tenses. Okay, so número 7, querer, very useful verb. Sometimes, nearly always, irregular as well. So, querer is to want, can be to love as well. So, te quiero could be I want you or I love you. Oh, I'm not supposed to tell you that yet, sorry. So, te quiero. Te he querido muchos años. No quise ir. No quería ir. Número 5. ¿Habías querido vivir en España mucho antes de venir? 6. No voy a querer pan. 7. No querré pan. 8. No quería pan. 9. Quizás quiera salir. 10. Quizás quisiera salir ayer. Okay, so, time to pause it because I'm going to tell you what they mean in English. Te quiero, I want you or I love you. 2. Te he querido muchos años, I have loved you for many years. 3. No quise ir. Now that could be I didn't want to go or I refused to go. Whereas no quería ir is just I didn't want to go. 5. ¿Habías querido vivir en España mucho antes de venir? Had you wanted to live in Spain a lot before you came? Or for a long time before you came? 6. No voy a querer pan. I'm not going to want bread. 7. No querré pan. I will not want bread. No quería pan. Número 8. I would not want bread. 9. Quizás quiera salir. Perhaps I wanted to leave or he or she wanted to leave. And the same for number 10, but in the past tense. Quizás quisiera salir ayer. Perhaps he or she or I wanted to go out or leave yesterday. Okay, 3 más. 3 more left. Poner. Poner is to put. So, yes, maybe I should hold it more like that. That's probably better, isn't it? Sorry. So, poner to put. Número 1. Pongo mis llaves en la puerta. 2. He puesto mis llaves en la puerta. 3. Puse las llaves en la puerta. 4. Siempre me ponía guantes en invierno. 5. ¿Dónde habías puesto el móvil? 6. Vamos a poner las cosas en la mesa. 7. Pondremos las cosas en la mesa. 8. Pondríamos las cosas en la mesa. 9. Quizás pongamos las cosas en la mesa. 10. Ayer quizás pusiéramos las cosas en la mesa. Okay, so again, time to freeze it if you like, if you want to try and translate sentences before I tell you the English. So, pongo mis llaves en la mesa, I put my keys on the table. 2. He puesto mis llaves en la puerta. In the door, not the table. He puesto mis llaves, I might have said mesa, but I should have said puerta. He puesto mis llaves en la puerta. I have put my keys in the door. 3. Puse las llaves en la puerta. I put, past tense, the keys in the door. Y 4. Siempre me ponía guantes en invierno. I always used to put gloves on in winter. So this is the reflexive form of poner, ponerse, to put on. 5. ¿Dónde habías puesto el móvil? Where had you put your mobile? 6. Vamos a poner las cosas en la mesa. This is where the mesa comes in. We are going to put the things on the table. 7. Pondremos las cosas en la mesa. We will put the things on the table. 8. Pondríamos las cosas en la mesa. We would put the things on the table. 9. Quizás pongamos las cosas en la mesa. Perhaps we will put the things on the table. Y 10. Past subjunctive. Ayer quizá. It can be quizá or quizás. Pusiéramos las cosas en la mesa. So yesterday, perhaps we put the things on the table. Oof. Dos más. So I can see I may make some, because I can feel I'm getting a little bit tired. It's talking, you wouldn't think talking could be so difficult sometimes. Okay, so poder. Let's see that. That's better, isn't it? Poder. Poder is to be able or to can. So, número 1, no pueden ir. 2, no han podido ir. 3, no pudieron ir. 4, nunca podían ir. 5, yo había podido abrir la puerta. 6. Van a poder hacerlo. 7. Podrán hacerlo. 8. Podríamos hacerlo. 9. Traedme los papeles cuando podáis. 10. Esperaban que pudieron hacerlo. Okay, time to freeze the video if you want to translate those before I tell you what they mean. 1. No pueden ir. They can't go. 2. No han podido ir. They haven't been able to go. 3. No pudieron ir. They couldn't go. 4. Nunca podían ir. They could never go. 5. Yo había podido abrir la puerta. I had been able to open the door. 6. Van a poder hacerlo. They are going to be able to do it. Van a poder. 7. Podrán hacerlo. They will be able to do it. 8. Podríamos hacerlo. We would be able to do it. 9. Traedme los papeles cuando podáis. Bring me the papers when you can. 10. Esperaban que pudieran hacerlo. They were hoping or they hoped that they could do it. Respiro. Okay, uno más. So, un verbo muy importante también. El verbo tener, to have. So, tengo un hijo, número 1. 2. Nunca han tenido un perro. 3. Ayer tuvo problemas. 4. Nunca tenían coche. 5. ¿Habías tenido coche antes? 6. Vas a tener suerte. 7. Tendrás suerte. 8. Tendrías suerte. 9. Espero que tengan que ir. I thought I was thinking, what's that? Que ir. That's 2 words. Que ir. Espero que tengan que ir. Número 10. Esperaba que tuvieran que ir. Okay, time to freeze it. If you want to translate them, you should hopefully be getting hang of the tenses by now. If you're still with me, thank you for watching to the end. Okay, so, tengo un hijo, I have a child or a son. Dos, nunca han tenido un perro. They have never had a dog. Tres, ayer tuvo problemas. Yesterday he or she had problems. Cuatro, nunca tenían coche. They never had a car. Cinco, ¿habías tenido coche antes? Had you had a car before? Seis, vas a tener suerte. You're going to be lucky. Siete, tendrás suerte. You will be lucky. Ocho, tendrías suerte. You would be lucky. Vale, número 9, subjuntivo en presente. Espero que tengan que ir. I hope that they have to go. So, tener que is how we say have to. I hope that they have to go. Y número 10, esperaba que tuvieran que ir. I was hoping, or I hoped, that they would have to go. Vale. Okay, so you've got plenty to practice there. I hope you will practice it. I hope you found it useful. If you've enjoyed the video or at least found it useful, please give me the thumbs up. Thank you to everyone who has done that, and also everyone who's subscribed. I've got quite a lot of subscribers now. I'm coming up to 1,500, 1,500 subscriptores, which is great. I'm really so happy with that. I haven't been doing as many videos as I normally do lately. There's been a lot of things going on, as you probably know if you have been watching my videos. But I'm back sorted out again now, and you know, I had a little operation on my eye. I've got my second COVID injection next week, so I'll be all inoculated. So yeah, I'm going to try and get back into doing videos on a more regular basis. Anything you'd like me to do a video on, please let me know. So yeah, thumbs up please if you don't mind. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed and you don't mind. These are completely free ways you can help me out with my channel. And que tu Dios vaya contigo. May your God go with you. And I will see you very soon in the next video. So te veo muy pronto en el próximo video. Gracias. Hasta luego.